Lots of carrots for soup. Lots of carrots for...
snacking?
Yeah, I was going to say personal enjoyment, but snacking probably sounds better. I've peeled so many carrots. Now, that's just one bag, but it's like they put a lot of them in the bag, you know?
Yeah, I think it was a pound.
A pound of carrots. Anyway, good morning or afternoon. Guess it's afternoon. And welcome to Saturdays. I very carefully attempt to get this. Yeah, okay. I only left one little piece. Making sausage and lentil soup today. We, you might recall, we mentioned it a little bit ago. We went to the store and we were like, what meats do they have? And it was like steak and then hot turkey sausage.
Italian sausage. Italian turkey.
A hot Italian turkey sausage. And we were like, okay. So, skipped out on the steak. Weren't really interested in the steak. Went with the hot Italian turkey sausage, picked up some lentils, and then said, well, hopefully in the near future we'll be able to get the other things that are necessary to make this soup. And we did. So that's what we're doing today. And it's also going to be our lunch, which is not terribly convenient because we had to wake up and start doing all this prep, and then it's going to have to cook for what, an hour?
Yeah.
And then we'll be able to eat lunch. So it's certainly not like the most convenient lunch, but it'll be really good. And how many servings is it making?
I don't know. I wrote down like 8, I think, last time.
Okay.
6 large.
6 large. Okay, well that's 3 meals.
Mm-hmm.
Seems good. Producing more meals seems like a good way of going about this. What's the next step now?
Celery.
Okay. There's quite a few steps involved in this, but when we're done, we'll get to enjoy some soup. It's gonna be stuck in my head. The soup's done, and it looks delicious. It also looks very, very, very hot.
It is very hot.
But I'm glad that we did this.
Yeah,
because
got it done.
When we bought the sausage, we had briefly debated just like eating the sausage. And I was like, well, I really like sausage and lentil soup. That sounds really good. So we, just went for it. And I'm really glad we did because...
Oh, it's real hot? Just so you know.
You don't think it's like I can even...
I don't know.
You know what? That's an immense amount of steam. Let's assume it's delicious because we've made it before and it's been delicious. We'll just operate off of that. So it's much later now and I have a few quick things. First thing... For dinner, we had the homemade pasta that Nikki had brought over yesterday. I feel like I mentioned that. Maybe I didn't. If I didn't mention it yesterday, Nikki had brought over some homemade pasta because she does that sort of thing. We just happened to have some meatballs and sauce that we had previously frozen. So we thawed that and put it on top of the noodles for dinner this evening, and it was awesome. I don't have any shots of that. But it's real good. Homemade pasta is incredible. Second thing, this is now something that you can get at the store. We've enjoyed cherry vanilla Coke in the Coke Freestyle machine for years, but they're finally putting it in cans, and it's good. In my opinion, it's actually better than it is in the Freestyle machine. So if you are doing a grocery run and you decide you want something sweet and carbonated, maybe give this a try. I think they have the 0-calorie version in this too. I think I saw that. I think it exists. I don't think that's a lie. Third thing, I have a fan. I know that's not news, but I forget it exists. And there's been quite a few days recently where it's been warm up here, and I've been solving this by turning the air down, and it basically turns this room into a room that I can stand, and downstairs into a literal ice box to the point where Mao has to wear like a coat. And she was like, why don't you turn your fan on? And I was like, oh yeah, I have a fan. So I turned the fan on, and like, while it's certainly not cool up here, I can handle it. So that worked out really well tonight. And then the big thing was it's Saturday evening, so we recorded Steven and Friends, and we did Animal Crossing, and it's really exciting. It's really exciting to finally do it because ever since Animal Crossing was announced. This has been on my mind. This has been something I wanted to try, something I wanted to do, and tonight we actually did it. It's an interesting episode format because it feels in some ways very close to something like GTA, where we're making our own fun, and I guess in many ways not like GTA because the game itself is far more wholesome than GTA, but it still has that sandbox feel. The primary objective of these episodes is to show off someone's town. That's the goal. We're going to be going to someone's town each episode. They'll get a chance to give a tour, so we'll get a chance to see what they're doing. Obviously, it's also our friends, so we're going to be cracking jokes and stuff like that. And then there might be some other activities that we figure out ways to include into Animal Crossing. And of course, if you have ideas, either things that you've dreamed up or you've seen elsewhere online, feel free to share them with us. You can put them in the comments of this video or on the Animal Crossing episodes that are going to be coming out, and we'll take a look. Like, for example, I saw someone had done musical chairs, and I was like, oh, that's a really fun idea. We should try something like that in the future. But we recorded 2 episodes tonight because the episodes themselves, at least the recording times, are much shorter than something like GTA. A lot of that has to do with the fact that Grand Theft Auto is extremely inconvenient to record. One of the problems is that the world is so huge that trying to get everyone into the same physical place takes real time that you have to wait on. It's a lot easier when you're on a fairly small island and it's like, oh, everyone meet in the town square. And then within like 10 seconds, everyone's there. But we did my island first, which, it's not the best island, but it's mine. And I got to show off some stuff that was going on. And then we recorded a second episode, and that second episode is at Haley's island. And Haley has done so much work on hers, and it's incredible what she's managed to accomplish in the span of the game being out for a week. It's actually kind of incredible. But we're going to, continue to work through other people's towns, and we'll also come back to people's towns. So at some point in the future, we'll come back to mine, we'll come back to Haley's when we've had a little more time to work on stuff. And then also as the seasons change as well, because I think that'll introduce some new fun too. But if you have ideas for little mini games or little things that we can play inside of these episodes, feel free to let us know. It's just nice because the actual recording time of these is much, much shorter than something like GTA. Because GTA episodes, the recording times on them can go for like 3 hours. And that's a lot. That's a lot for to ask of everyone recording. It's a lot to ask of Dan to edit through all of that. These are a lot shorter. They're much more concise while still being funny. And the big news that all of you are probably going to appreciate is that Mao is finally been added on as a camera. You're just relaxing, aren't you?
Buried in pillows.
You're buried in pillows.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Mal all set up, so finally, something I should have done years ago. Did not take me very long to set up, but Mal's perspective is in the episodes as well. So, yeah, we recorded it today, which is Saturday. I'm hoping that next Saturday the first episode will drop, which is at my town. And we'll just kind of see where it goes. The general template for the episodes is see what people are doing. But, of course, if we come up with other ideas or if we see something interesting that we think would fit the format well, then we'll add it in as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what people think of it. And certainly how Dan cuts it together, because he'll have more camera options to choose from than like ever before, having 4 different cameras to jump around to. So anyway, hope you're looking forward to that, because we had a lot of fun doing it. And it's fun because people are really, really loving Animal Crossing. I mean, even when we're done recording them, people kept playing the game because people just want to play. And I think what's really interesting is that in the coming weeks, money will no longer be an issue in the game, because after a few weeks in the game from selling turnips, you've got so many bells, which is the in-game currency. You can basically buy whatever you want, and then money is not an issue anymore. It's just a matter of getting the objects you want, crafting everything exactly to be, you know, how you want it. And then we'll start seeing some really cool stuff from everybody. So I'm excited. I think it'll be a really good time. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?